There it goes. Okay. So welcome to our team call today on Tuesday, February 10th. And I share my screen with you guys here so you can see my PowerPoint. And I'm going to put you guys on top. Let's see if I can switch it. I did it once, so I put you guys. Oh, there you go. So I put you guys on top. So if you need to get my attention, I'll be able to see you guys better. Like last time, you guys were like, "Hello," and I couldn't see y'all. So I'll put you up. I'll put you guys up here. I can see you.
Sorry.
Okay. You guys can see my PowerPoint?
How do you mute this?
I will mute you all. And then if you guys have any questions, you can unmute yourself. But you should see a little audio button on your phone or on your computer. That's how you mute yourself. Can you see it somewhere there? I'll go ahead and mute everybody, and then.
I found it.
But can you guys see my PowerPoint? We good? Yes. Okay. Oh, okay. You guys mute it yourselves. Okay. So let's see. Mute all. Continue. Okie doke. Okay, so first I want to just give a shout out to those of you who already have some Changing Lives points on the board. And considering it's only the 10th of the month, you guys are rocking it. And I put on here, I can care less about Team Cup. And that's not to say I don't care about Team Cup. I can care less about Team Cup. I care that you guys are changing lives. So yes, you want to be getting those points for your team so you can get that Team Cup Autumn Colibris bobblehead. But really what represents what we're doing, we're working harder because the Team Cup is driving us and motivating us to work harder. And in return, we're helping more people. Usually February, or anytime we have a Team Cup, people get outrageous amount of Success Club points, people rank advance quicker. Obviously, you make a little bit more income because you are working harder. And then when we stop and think about how many people's lives we changed, it's almost doubled than like a regular month. So yes, I care about the Team Cup, but I care more that you guys are changing lives. So far, Rachel O'Connor has 2 points. Aram, which is my husband, and I run his account, he's at 6. Molly Griffin is at 6. I'm so excited for her because that's the first time I think she ever puts any points on the board and hits Success Club. So yay, Molly. She's been working really hard. I know Molly's on here. Let me see. I don't think so. Yes, she is. Hey, Molly. Nayeli's on here. Hey, Nayeli. Let's see. Maida has 2 on her account and 2 on her sister's account. She runs her sister's account as well. Lisette has 2, and I believe that's Lisette's first time putting points on the board too. Alicia is at 2, and Alicia just signed her second coach this week, so she will be Shiny Emerald on Thursday if her coach's Shakeology goes through, but she has her 2 coaches, which is really exciting since she's a brand new coach. No. Here we go. Laura Garcia is at 4 points. Kelly is at 2. Cindy Reyes is at 2. And Rosie just signed last week, and she's already has 2 points on the board. So yay, Rosie. She was in my Max 30 group. She's kicking butt. Tara's at 5. Way to go, Tara, for already achieving Success Club. Nidia's at 3. June is at 2. And June only needs 1 more coach, and she'll be Emerald. Carrie, 5. Way to go, Carrie, for achieving Success Club already. Anna is at 6, and she has been a freaking rock star, signing coaches left and right lately. And she will be a diamond on Thursday. Hopefully, if she changed her placement, but her coaches went on the wrong leg, so she's trying to get all that figured out. So hopefully Coach Relations figures all that out so she can be officially a diamond on Thursday. But she's pretty much set to go, and I'm pretty proud of her. Christy M is at 2. Manuel, I believe, is her last name. Ashley is 1. Molly P has 2, and I have 12 so far. So way to go, guys. It's barely the 10th. So we have lots and lots of time, but congrats to all of you who already have points on the board and who are even hitting success, have already reached Success Club. And just something I just kind of want to go over really quick is I heard something yesterday on a call, I don't remember where, but it's, yes, encourage your team and motivate your team and cheer your team on, but also give them action points. And I'm getting these from, if you go in our team page, the cover photo, that's where I'm getting these action steps. And that's what I do every single day to move my business forward. And naturally the points come if you're doing these action steps. So just, don't overcomplicate it. So number one, make sure you're just adding value to people's lives. We talk about that all the time, whether it be through video, recipes, motivation, before and afters, just adding value to people's lives, building those relationships, getting them to trust you, getting them to like you, getting them to love you. Do your workout, drink Shakeology, and post about it, because if it's not on Facebook, it didn't happen, right? Adding new people to your Facebook, adding those friends every single day, 5 to 10, going the next day, going back and canceling the people who didn't add you, and then starting at least 3 hey girl messages or just 3 new conversations with people either in person or your social media. Does not have to be about Beachbody. If you added a new friend the day before, then just say hi to her. I usually say, hey girl, thanks for the ad. Notice we have people in common. Just thought I'd make another friend. Boom. Sometimes that conversation leads to them saying, yeah, I noticed you're into fitness, or man, I'm trying to get into shape, or they just flat out ask me, like, can you help me, without me mentioning anything about what I do. So, and then another thing that I do is, let people in your life so they can connect with you. And, you're more than a Beachbody coach. We talked about this before also. When you're posting, it doesn't all have to be, and shouldn't all be about fitness, about Beachbody. Who are you other than a coach? You're a parent, you're a teacher, you're a mom, you're a dad, you're a pet lover. Things that people can relate to you outside of fitness. Because if you think about it, not everybody loves fitness. Everybody knows they should work out and they need to work out, but not everybody has that passion for it like we do. And quite frankly, sometimes we don't even like fitness all that much. I mean, we know we're supposed to do it, but not everybody has that, oh, I want to work out, I love to work out, I love these programs. So if you're always talking about that, they don't feel connected to you because they don't work out yet. They're not in shape yet, they don't work out yet, they don't relate to that love that you have for fitness. So when you talk about other things like date night and Valentine's Day and you had pizza and things like that, that's what people relate to. So always just be yourself, be authentic. Behind the scenes. So a lot of Success Club points, changing lives points are going to happen behind the scenes. What does that mean? Throw posts out there, invites out there so everybody can see it, but then you need to privately message and privately reach out to people as well. I know that's kind of some people don't like to do that, but you'd be surprised. I've had a lot of people that I reach out to privately who just thank me, like, thanks for thinking of me, thanks for reaching out to me. I've had one person the whole 2 years get offended by that. So, and hey, if I'm able to help 50 people versus one person got offended by it, it's all worth it. So behind the scenes, meaning you have to be reaching out to people. Don't always assume they're going to come to you. Don't always assume they're going to see your post, because not everybody sees them. And even if they do, they might for some reason just not feel comfortable coming to you. They might feel like they're not a good candidate. I know sometimes we call our groups boot camp or bikini countdown, or just I usually call mine boot camp. So if a person is super overweight, she's going to feel like maybe she's not a good candidate for that. Maybe she thinks I'm looking for people who are boot camp, people who would survive boot camp. So you never know why they're not reaching out to you. So you got to go out there and reach out to them. I would say at least 3 people per day that you reach out and say, hey, just by the way, I'm having this group, this weight loss group. Do you happen to know anybody who would be interested in joining us? Maybe you've seen my fitness rants, just something casual, something like no big deal, and let them decide whether yes, they want more info or no, they don't. And if they don't, that's okay. You're not going to die. They're just going to say no, and you're going to move on to the next. Remember, no doesn't mean no. No means not right now, but no also means next, on to the next life that you can change. And then are you using some kind of tracker to track your progress? That is so, so, so important, guys. I know many times it's like we're so used to doing these daily activities that you don't track them anymore because you say, oh, I won't forget, I won't forget. That happens to me all the time. I have a tracker where I keep track of the people that I add every day. And just the other day, in my mind, I say, yeah, you know, I'm sure I sent my 3 hey girl messages today. I went back and it had been like 4 days since I had done that because I get so busy. You get so busy and in your mind you do it, but if you don't write it down, if you don't track it, odds are you're going to slowly stop doing those things. So just track your workout, track your Shakeology, track how many people you added that day, track how many people you talked to that day. So use the business activity tracker. It's in the back office, or the Power of 3 tracker. That's in our coach team page under files. It says Power of 3. It's really friendly user, really to the point. I definitely I like that one more than I like the business activity tracker, but just use something that's holding you accountable. You don't have to show it to anybody. You're not going to get graded on. It's for you, for your sake of mind, to know that you're doing things to move your business forward. And then number 9, be loud and proud about the business and the products in a genuine way, right? In a non-salesy way, in a non-annoying way. But you got to be proud. You got to be loud about it. How has Beachbody changed your life? How has 21 Day Fix changed your life? How has being a coach changed your life? If you don't talk about these things, people are not going to know. And then you have to constantly be talking about them because you're getting new eyeballs every day, every week. And something you posted last week, the people who added you this week, they're not going to see that. So you have to keep posting your transformation pictures, keep posting how much Beachbody has changed your life. Obviously in a genuine and not annoying way as possible. Just if it's coming from your heart, if it's coming from a good place, it's going to come across as genuine and inspiring. And then number 10, huge, personal development. Huge, huge, huge. And now Cher, she said I could share. She said she didn't mind. But Marty actually told me that she didn't do personal development for a very long time as a new coach. And she just started actually not too long ago. And she says that she wished she could have, go back and start personal development right away because it just makes a tremendous, tremendous difference, guys. You've got to be reading or listening to personal development every single day, 15 to 20 minutes. Gotta. It's going to change your business. Sorry, hold on a sec, guys. Let me turn on the fans. Hot. Okay. It gets hot with this light over here that I have. Okay. So I don't see anybody flashing me down. I'm assuming you guys are good. Everybody good? Okay. Oops. There we go. Oops. Okay. Now, in the meat of this call, what I want to talk about is I was at the Darren Hardy, what's called the Entrepreneur Roller Coaster Experience this Friday. It was so amazing. I love that man. He is so inspiring. And so I want to share my biggest takeaways. It was forever long. We were there like 8 hours. My brain was like, But I want to share my biggest takeaways that really connected with me as a Beachbody coach. And as he was saying these things, I was like, oh yeah, like all these light bulbs were turning on. And it just kind of made me feel good. I wish I would have heard this maybe a year and a half ago when I first started as a coach because it would have prepared me. And so the first thing that he got into, so obviously it was for entrepreneurs. There was other Beachbody coaches there. There were just all kinds of entrepreneurs there. And so he was speaking to entrepreneurs. And so he was saying that the first thing, he was talking to new entrepreneurs, that he was going to warn us, and not warn us to scare us, warn us so that when these things start happening, you can say, oh yeah, they said you were going to say this. They said this was going to happen. And so it's going to be a no big deal because you're prepared for it. So the first thing he said is that once you become an entrepreneur, you decide you want to run your own business and, being a Beachbody coach, you run your own business, you're an entrepreneur, that you get so excited and you expect everybody else to get excited. But the truth is they don't. Not everybody gets excited about this because everybody's used to the traditional 9-to-5 society kind of jobs. And so you're going to be attacked, and not physically, but people are going to attack you because they're not going to understand what you're doing. The traditional job is 9-to-5 in the office, or you have a boss, you have someone to tell you what to do, you have to ask for vacation off, you have to ask for sick days off. Those are traditional jobs that most people are used to. So whenever you go out and you try to do something that's not traditional, some people are going to be straight up haters about it. And I've had my share of haters, and the more successful you are, the more haters you're going to have. And so you just got to know that that's going to happen, and that's going to be okay. So and I posted about this on my Facebook page, you might have seen it. So the crab mentality, he was saying how if you put a whole bunch of crabs in a bucket and one of them starts to get out, like the other crabs will bring it down. And if the crab starts to try again, they'll like break its little crab legs. And if he tries again, like they will kill him. And that's because the crab mentality is, if I can't have it, neither can you. If I can't do it, neither can you. If I can't see the bigger picture, neither can you. If I can't be successful, neither can you. If I can't achieve more, neither can you. And it's sad to think that there's a lot of people out there with this mentality, but it's true. And I don't really necessarily think people are trying to be hateful. I just think it's just what we're used to, right? And so Darren Hardy shared something that I had like a little aha moment too. So he was saying how at your funeral, like everybody who goes to your funeral, there's going to be about 10 people who cry. So it's like this, we're always like worried about what others think about us, or what, I can't post this. What is this person going to think? Or what is that person going to think? Or what is this person going to think? And at the end, when you're dead, like only 10 people are going to cry at your funeral. So he was saying, just you're released and don't care about those people. And I put, bye, Felicia, because, and when I was thinking about that, I'm like, holy crap, like only 10 people are going to cry at my funeral. That's so sad. And here we are worrying about others, worrying about what others think of us, and so scared of what everybody on our social media thinks of us, or will think less of us. And in reality, you just got to do you. You have to do what's best for you. If you know this is what you love and you're passionate about it, then you just have to do it, and don't worry about those who are haters and don't believe in you and hate that you're doing this. They're just going to have to get used to it, or unfollow you or unfriend you, because you're going to keep going whether you have that person's approval or not. And I've had to block some people who I thought were my friends, and I honestly don't think they were trying to be vicious or rude or ugly. I just think people just don't understand. They don't understand the change. They don't understand what you're doing, because like I said, most people just have that traditional 9-to-5. You go through the motions, you're on autopilot. All you do is look forward to Fridays, holidays, and when they see you doing something completely different, when they see you going for your dreams, and they see you taking that leap of faith, they see you doing scary things, they don't understand it. And that's when the whole crab mentality starts to kick in. And he was saying, you will be unpopular, and the higher you climb, the less you will be liked. But see that as evidence of success. So if you're seeing that people are hating on you, I still have people who kind of do it in a friendly way. What is that word? Passive aggressive way. I still have people who kind of throw comments out there at me in a passive aggressive way, but I could see behind it. But that's okay. That just means I'm being successful, right? Because that means that people are hating on me. And so, if people are happy with you and they could care less about your life, then you're not being successful. Like you're not doing something right. You got to get more haters. And I love this picture right here. It says, haters wanted, my old ones are starting to like me. Because that's what happens, right? At first, people don't understand. People are going to hate. They're going to make fun of you. They're going to try to pull you back in the bucket, but then they're going to keep watching you and they're going to keep seeing you succeed, and then they're going to want what you have. That's usually what happens. So then that means you just got to get new haters because the old ones are starting to like you. So I want to share this video really quick. You guys might have seen it already, but for those of you who have not, it's a quick 2-minute video. Whoops. And it's Lindsay Matway. She was #1 coach in 2013. And she talks about this subject. And she talks specifically about it pertaining to Beachbody coaches. I don't know if you guys would be able to hear it.
On the road to success, you are guaranteed to come across.
Can you guys hear that video? Yeah, okay.
One thing in particular that will try to derail you from reaching your destination. That one thing is haters, the critics, the people who don't want you to succeed, who don't believe in your dreams. Aristotle says the only way to avoid criticism is to say nothing, do nothing, and be nothing. Every single person who has achieved anything in their life has come across haters, critics. I have them as well as anyone out there who's achieved any level of success. So you're going to have them too. The key to handling haters is to realize that it's not about you. Their judgments, their accusations, their negativity has nothing to do with you and your abilities and your heart and your desire. It has everything to do with what's inside of them. The truth is, hurt people hurt people. Blessed people bless people. These people who are being those naysayers in your life, they're showing more about themselves than what they're saying about you. And their limitations they're putting on you are because they feel that limitation within themselves. So don't let the judgments of others decide your destiny. You know, in my experience with dealing with haters, I've actually learned that I can use those as teachable moments. I can take that experience, spin it into something positive, and share it with the world and add value to the lives of others so that I can help them to handle the haters as I'm doing right now with you. We can't learn from everything being perfect. Sometimes people are put in your path to grow you. So learn that God does turn all things for good and that you can turn the haters into teachable moments for you and for your future team members so that you can continue to make an impact and drive towards your destiny for greatness.
Yay. Okay, I think she is so pretty. It's like perfect hair. I'm like, God, she wakes up like that, looking so pretty. Anyways, so I really like that video. She really speaks the truth, and it's true. And it's true, I think, not just as far as Beachbody coach, but it's just anything in your life when you try to be better. You're always gonna have those people who just aren't going to accept that. They feel jealous because they can't have the same thing, or they feel like they're jealous because you're doing something that they are too scared to do, or they feel like they're just not capable of doing. And I love this quote right here. It says, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. But you only win if you stand your ground, if you keep going for that passion, if you keep using your desires, if you just keep doing you and keep changing lives, whether every single person in your life accepts it or not. And then this other quote says, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice, heart, and intuition. And Steve Jobs said that. And from all the people in the world, Steve Jobs is probably one of the top people in the world who had the most haters because he's so freaking successful. I mean, he was freaking Steve Jobs, right? So he was obviously doing a lot of things right, having all those haters. So now I want to get into the 3 rules of selling. And this is what Darren Hardy also talked about. And no, we're not in the business of selling, but at the end of the day, we do motivate and inspire people, and they do have to purchase things from us because that's what's going to help them, and that's what's going to help our business grow forward. So even though we don't like seeing people as dollar signs or as numbers. At the end of the day, it is what it is. And selling, getting them connected to a challenge pack, like I said, that's what's gonna help them, and that's what's gonna help us, because we can only help them so much for free. So the first rule of selling is stop selling. So replace the 4-letter word sell with the 4-letter word help. So focus on what they want versus what you want for them. So many times, don't focus on, I have to hit Success Club. Don't focus on what your favorite program is or what's working for you. You got to find out what they need, and that's when you have to ask those questions. They might not be a good candidate for Max 30. They might not be a good candidate for 21 Day Fix, just because that's what you like, or just because that's what your group, that's the group that you're having. You got to find out what works for them, what they need, what they struggle with. And love this quote also says, you can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. So serve others. And when you serve others, that's when everything in your life starts to grow naturally on its own. And the number 2 rule is stop pushing. So don't push people, pull them. If you try to push people from the back, it's not going to work. You have to pull them. You have to pull their story out of them. You have to pull their passion, pull their goals, pull their objections from them. And I know many people don't like to share that, because I come across a lot. They're like, okay, like I just want to know the price. But you got to ask those questions. If they go to a personal trainer, those personal trainers ask bunches of questions. We're trying to help them. And I always tell the people who I'm asking these bunches of questions to, I'm just saying, the more I get to know from you, the more I can help you. And it's so true. So talk less and listen more. And in our case, since we are all mainly on social media, talk less and ask questions more. Just make it all about them. And you have to see everyone as unique and what's important to them. No 2 people are the same. Even though 2 people might have the similar goals, just no 2 people are the same. Some people might not like weights. Some people might not like cardio. Some people might not want 21 Day Fix. You just don't know until you ask. Don't assume everybody is the same. Be a lawyer or a doctor. Those people ask tons and tons of questions. And they have to. It's their job. That's how they're going to know how to serve us better. When you go to the doctor, they ask you tons of questions. Why? Because they need to know how he can serve us better, what's going to be best for us, what he's going to prescribe for us. So we have to do the same thing when we're talking to challengers. Ask lots of questions, so that we can, as coaches, determine what's best for that person. And then help beyond what you get paid for. Serve, don't sell. So helping beyond what we get paid for is giving free tips and advice. I get people message me all the time about, hey, what do you recommend for this? What do you recommend for that? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? They're not my challengers. I'm not getting any commission or any money out of them, but I still help them. I'm not going to turn them away and say, I can't help you because you're not my customer. I still help those people, obviously. Move of the day videos, workout videos, motivation, adding value. That's all helping people for free without you getting paid for it. And then clean eating groups, challenges, app challenges, squat challenges, all of that. That's also serving people without getting paid for it. You're going beyond what you're getting paid for. And then this one for me is personal. Everybody sees this different. So I let people who order from Amazon join my groups. I let people who borrow their workouts from other friends join my group. I let people who, I don't know what other ones are out there, I just let them in. The only thing I do ask them is to go get a free account for me so I can be their official coach. But I don't turn them away. That's my personal take on that. Everybody has their own. But for example, Kim Lima, if you guys know her, she bought her program from Amazon when she joined Danielle's Insanity group. Who else? Was it Coach Jimmy or Scotty Hobbs? Scotty Hobbs didn't buy anything from Lindsay Matway when he became a coach. I think he got his stuff from Amazon too. You just never know if this customer is going to be a rock star later on, or even if they're not, like, just help them. That's what I think. Other coaches are different. Other coaches won't let people in their challenge groups if they don't have a challenge pack, if they didn't buy from them specifically. Everybody runs their business differently, but the way I see it is if I'm serving people and I'm helping people, whether I'm getting paid for it or not, God is going to return that to me with greater success and just more abundance for me. That's how I see it. So I never turn people away. And I love what Darren Hardy says. Don't work on your sales pitch. Work on your questions. Work on what good questions can you ask your challenger so you can better serve them, better get to know them. And then number 3, stop selling to the wrong people. And he said something that I'm like, oh, that's so true. He said, entrepreneurs are helpless romantics. And he said, because we always see something in people who would think, oh, that person would make a good coach, or, oh, I could help that person. Like, we're always seeing good in everybody or good candidates in everybody. But the truth is, not everybody is a good candidate for our business or for our products. If you find somebody who's wanting something quick, diet pills, all that other junk, they're not going to be a good candidate for our programs, because our programs are not overnight, are not easy, are not quick. They require hard work. I get a lot of people sometimes who straight up tell me they want quick results. If Shakeology is a diet supplement, if we have diet pills, I've had people ask me that before, and I say no. I say you have to work hard. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be overnight. It's going to take a lot of hard work. I make sure I tell people that, and I tell them, but it's going to be so much worth it. So people like that are not going to be good candidates for us. So don't try to push it on everybody. The same thing for the business. I've had a lot of people who reach out to me about the business opportunity who think they're going to become millionaires the next day. They have like all these ideas and they're going to sell on Craigslist and they're going to do this, and they're going to do that. And I'm just like, that's not how this works at all. That person, I wouldn't want that person in my team. I don't care if they're going to give me 2 points or not. It's just not everybody's cut out for it. So if you try to be all things to everyone, you'll be nothing to anyone. So with that being said, it's like, even though you have a big following, you're not going to attract everybody. For example, me, I could not attract, I do attract some moms, but I'm not going to attract as much moms as a coach who is a mom, because I'm not a mom, or I don't attract a lot of males. And if I tried to target males, then I would be trying to target the wrong audience. You got to stick to your niche, stick to your audience, stick to, your audience. And then you've got to remember, it's not who you want, it's who wants you. And I was talking to a new coach. I'm not sure if she's on the call, but I was talking to a new coach, and she was telling me how she was following other coaches, and other coaches would reach out to her and ask her if she was a coach, because she was practically already a coach before she became a coach, one of those things. And, she told me, she's like, I don't know why, for some reason I connected with you. I don't know why I was new. If when I joined Beachbody, I would join with you. She's like, I really can't explain it. I just connected more to you. It's just something about you. So you got to remember that your followers, your friends, they most likely follow other Beachbody coaches other than you. So why would they want to come to you? And not everybody's going to want to, right? Because we can't make everybody love us. We can't serve everybody. So that's why I always say, be you, be authentic, be genuine, just be you. And those people who do connect with you, those are the ones you want. The ones who do not connect with you, well, then they need to get out of the way so you can bring more people who do connect with you, because not everybody is going to. The same thing with another coach. She hasn't signed up yet, but she actually said she has a friend who's a Beachbody coach too, but she wants to join our team. The same thing. And I used to know her a long, long, long time ago when we were in high school. But she says, I follow both of you, but for some reason I connect more to you. Am I saying I'm perfect? Heck no. Am I saying, I'm the most successful coach, Beachbody coach? No, absolutely not. But for some reason, those people connect with me. And I would hope that that's because I try to perceive as just me, genuine, who I am. I don't try to be fake. if someone met me in person who also met me in social media, I would hope that they would say I'm the exact same way in person as I am in social media, because there's a lot of people who they perceive to be something on social media that they're actually not in real life. So anyways, that's what I would hope would be the reason. And then, you know, with that being said, you're selling you. They have to buy you. They're not buying 21 Day Fix. They're not buying Insanity Max. They are, but they're really buying you as their coach, because they can get Insanity Max 30 from the other coach they're following. They can get Insanity Max 30 from the infomercial. They can get Insanity Max 30 from anybody, but they choose you because somehow you attracted them to you. And then there's another quote from Darren Hardy, says, sales are not made by what you say, but rather who you are. And so you have to try your best to show people who you are via social media. And sometimes that could be hard because it's social media, it's not in person. But just being you, talking about your kids, talking about your perfect day and your not so perfect days, and just letting people know, hey, I'm human, I eat pizza sometimes, I have happy hours sometimes, my kids mess up my house sometimes, I don't like to cook. Just letting people know you're a real person just like they are, and that's how you show who you are through social media. And the last quote I love, and I shared in the team last Friday, it says, there will be dark days, more dark days than good days, in fact, but the few good days are really freaking good. And when he said that, my little head was like, oh my God, that's so true, especially in our business. I love this business. It's brought me home. It's giving my family and I a life we never lived before. But there are days, guys, there are dark days where I want to sit in the closet and eat pizza and just run from the world, because when you're working with people, it can be mentally draining to try to help so many people at once. But at the end of the day, I go back and I look through the people who I've helped. So yeah, the dark days are very dark, but those really freaking good days are freaking amazing. And those freaking amazing days, they make up for all the dark days. And he even said how all entrepreneurs, so 95% of their life sucks. And 5% of it is awesome. And he was explaining how Oprah, you know, we see Oprah on TV and she's giving out new lives and she's being freaking amazing. But he says Oprah is in meetings almost all day long. She's in meetings. She gets sued. All the things that we don't see. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we don't see. And even he went to explain how whenever he gives his seminars, his presentations, that's 5% of his life. He loves it. But the other part, he hardly sleeps. He's always traveling. He hardly sees his wife. He is always on the road. That's the 95% that sucks. So just like, Beachbody, it's the same thing for everything else. You can't expect every day to be freaking amazing. It's just not possible. But you got to know that those freaking amazing days, they make up for those sucky 95% of the time days, the times that I spend in the closet. I haven't been in the closet lately, but I'm serious when I say that. There would be times that I would go in the closet. I don't know why. I would just feel like I was in a good place because I was just having a dark day, and it happens. Oh, and I forgot to mention this one right here, where we're talking about asking good questions. He recommended this book. I haven't read it yet, but it is on my list. It's from John C. Maxwell. It's called Good Leaders Ask Great Questions. So put that on your list to read soon. John C. Maxwell, anything that man creates. I personally love John C. Maxwell. Not as much as Darren, but he's up there too. So Good Leaders Ask Great Questions. Darren Hardy recommended that book. Okay, guys, what I want to start to do at the end of our calls is I want to get maybe 2 or 3 of you to share like your best takeaways. And the reason for that is you might say something that someone else might not have caught, or you might turn the light bulb on someone else. You might say it differently than I did. So who wants to participate to share your best 1, 2, 3 takeaways from our call tonight? And if you have one, just unmute yourself or flag me down.
I have one, Letty.
Yes, ma'am.
One of them is to not be scared of inviting, and yes, be prepared to, for people. Some people will get offended because I got one. Oh, are you calling me fat? And I was like, it was the first one, and I didn't know exactly what to say. And I said, wait a minute, let me just, uh, sorry, let me fix it's my baby playing here. And she was like, no, I don't. If I was interested, I would, be reaching out to you. And I was like, oh my God. But then, I said, okay, let me just take a deep breath. And I answered back. I said, no, I'm just trying to, giving everybody an opportunity. And, that's when she said, oh, well, okay, I really thought you were calling me fat. So, so be prepared. But invite, because it works.
Yeah, for sure. And the same thing happened to me. Like I said, in the last 2 years that I've been a coach, guys, that's only happened to me once.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the same thing. She got offended, and I just explained, no, like I'm reaching out to a certain amount of people per day. You just happen to be, I came across your profile, so I just thought I'd ask.
Okay.
That's the worst that.
Yes. And that's all I have.
Yeah. But yay, thanks for asking. Or thanks for sharing.
Yes, ma'am.
Who else wants to share their biggest takeaway from this call? And I will use my...
I would like to share.
Okay.
You can barely see me, but it's because my computer is dying, so I want to say something real quick. I guess not just sharing the 21-day fix, but all the other ones, because you're right. I guess not everybody, not the 21-day fix might not be for everybody. And that's the main one that I push because it's worked for me. But I guess you are right, seeing what the customer needs instead of what I want them to have.
Right.
So.
And usually I lead with that one too, but I do ask questions first because, the reason I lead with 21-day fix is because of the meal plan. Like that one has one of the best meal plans, like all of the other products. But yeah, not everybody might be cut out for it. Some people might be Shaun T fans who've done Insanity before, and so they would be better candidates for Max 30 because they're going to relate to Shaun T more. Or you might have some Tony Horton fans. That was my first soulmate program. So if you have Tony Horton fans, then they're going to relate more to Tony Horton. So you just never know. And that's why asking those questions from them, getting as much as you can out of them so that you can
That's very true, because my friend, he commented on a picture today about the 21-day group that we have with the Team Cup coming up, and he's like, oh, I just got T25, and I'm like, that's a customer that I should have asked questions, but
yeah,
it is what it is. So
yeah, it's a learning experience,
right?
For sure. Well, thanks for sharing. Okay, one more person. Who else wants to share the biggest takeaways from this call? One more. I will use my teacher skills and call on people. Once a teacher, always a teacher. Danielle, do you want to share? Can you unmute yourself? There you go. Oh, no, we can't hear you, Danielle. You're unmuted, but we can't hear you. Let me see. Hold on. Where am I? Hold on a sec. Let me see. Mute. Unmute. Can we hear you now, Danielle? No, we can't hear you. I'm sorry. Boo. You can share next time. I don't know what's wrong. Sorry. Okay, who else wants to share? Miss Molly. I choose you. You look so comfortable there. I have to make you uncomfortable. Okay, I am muting you, Molly.
Okay. My biggest takeaway is the same thing, as in not just pushing one program, but talking to them about other ones. I discovered that this week by talking to one of my customers about it. They want something real high cardio, like Shaun T.
Yeah.
But want the meal plan of like 21-day fix. And so I told them that is an option with Insanity Max. So we'll see if that goes through. But I do have 8 points now.
Do you really?
Yeah, I sold one this evening.
Oh, yay! You're on fire this week. So now you know, or this month, once you hit Success Club, you can't miss it after.
I'll try.
I'm so happy for you. Yay. Yeah, and you know, that's just like everyone else, guys. Yeah, you never know if people, if they're Insanity Facts and they're Shanti fanatics, they might not relate so well to Autumn because she's not as hardcore and she's just not Shanti, just like Shanti is just not Autumn. So, but you won't know if you don't ask those questions. But thank you guys for tuning in and plugging in and letting me spend an hour with you guys today. Next week, we have Tara. She's going to be the leader of the week. So she'll be our guest speaker. And then the following week, I think my success partner, Ashley Molstad, I think she's going to be talking on our team call, which I'm pretty excited about because I feel that it's awesome to hear from other coaches and not just from me all the time, because you just get more and you might learn more from other people and all that good stuff. But anyways, so happy you guys were on the call. I did record it, so I'll post it in the group if you missed anything, or for those who didn't get to join us tonight. But you guys have a great night and keep kicking butt with that Team Cup. Keep changing lives. Keep talking to people. Keep inspiring people. And we'll see you soon. All right, guys? Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.